Hey Kitty, a lot of people online are telling me I should sell my Tesla stock. What do you think? Is that a no? I should hold? Are you holding out your paw for me? Okay, I'll hold. Hi. People have been stoked about Tesla full self-driving beta for years, ever since October 2016 when Tesla first started selling it. And for good reason. It's a really cool program. With 8 cameras running at once and a computer that's faster 150 million times than the Apollo 11 computer, you can understand why this technology is so significant. There are a number of Tesla influencers who have been left out of this exclusive full self-driving beta group. Some of them have been vocal about it. Here's a tweet from Andy Sly. Imagine paying $8,000 for Tesla full self-driving in 2018, then after 3 years, you're told to wait 6 more months for a button. When pressed, puts you in a waiting queue to maybe receive a beta version of the software, but then getting told you're not a good enough driver for it. But you'll notice his perspective changes a few weeks later after he gets added to the program and he goes for his first test drive. Driving with Tesla safety score causes road rage. Driving with Tesla full self-driving beta causes heart palpitations. It's an incomplete beta software and it's a little bit stressful. Here's even a short clip of someone getting pulled over while testing full self-driving beta after the car makes a bad decision.
Actually following, we got pulled over.
Where coming from?
Vegas.
In Vegas right now?
Yeah.
That was a long trip.
Yeah, the turn, it was the full self-driving.
Oh, man.
Fortunately, the cop here was understanding, but this is not a finished software and therefore it's dangerous. All new tech can be dangerous, but that's why it's so important that extra responsible drivers are testing this right now. Joining me today is Jonathan Fatality Wendell, former esports player and entrepreneur, and a friend and also fellow Tesla owner. Jonathan is excited to see full self-driving beta for the first time in action, but I'm hoping by the end of this experience that he will agree with me that this software is incomplete and not ready for the public. I've put all this together hopefully to earn your like and subscribe, but also to start a discussion in the comments below. Do you believe that this software is ready for more people to be receiving it? Do you think we're years away like I do? Do you agree with some of the statements that have been made in this video about how dangerous full self-driving beta is? Drop a comment below. I'm excited to see your thoughts and happy to respond to them too. All right, we're here. Jonathan, thanks for joining.
Yeah, no worries.
We're gonna take a trip down Las Vegas Boulevard, one of the busier parts of the US, and we're gonna see how full self-driving performs. You ready?
I'm excited.
Cool. Here we go. We're gonna dial in the Venetian. This looks like a perfect drive. Yeah, I don't know if this qualifies as a private road or a public road, but I guess let's just tell it to go and see if it handles it.
Yeah.
So it won't let me engage it until you see the gray wheel here, so I might have to pull out a little bit. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let it go.
All right, cool. It's my first time seeing this.
Okay. So right there, it beeped at me and wanted me to triple confirm. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. All right, I'm gonna control it until we get out of here. I'm gonna let it take over as of right now. Didn't like that. There we go. All right, now it's completely in control. My hands are still here just in case it does anything, but let's see it make this left turn.
It's the big one.
It's a big one. All right.
I think it's like too big of an intersection almost.
That was right there. It was trying to follow the car in front of us. And
So it wasn't, because like there was like markings for the lane to turn.
Right.
But I think eventually there was like an error in the markings. But like, does it usually try to just follow the car?
I think it got super confused by the markings. It was following the car at first, but then it just failed.
Like even on the other side of the street.
Okay, so right there, it'll also tell us on the screen what it's thinking. It said it was lane changing to get into a faster lane.
Okay.
So it went around that truck back there.
Yeah, when I do autopilot, like when I just do like regular roads or like a long trip, it seems like it's always switching lanes here and there. Sometimes kind of confused why it does it sometimes. I was like, oh, just, you should go there because it's faster lane. But it looks like it's a little more aggressive now than it was in previous versions.
It's definitely a lot more assertive.
Yeah.
I have it set to the assertive mode. There's actually 3 modes now for full self-driving. Oh, it's lane changing again. So it wanted to get into a faster lane, so it just popped over to the right.
And Can that set it somewhere here?
Yeah, so in the driving settings, I'll show if we get to a
Okay.
stoplight. There's chill, there's average, and there's assertive now for full self-driving beta.
Okay.
And I have it set to the most aggressive one.
Okay.
So it's just deciding to lane change as soon as it's getting bored.
Yep.
So that left turn we did back there, I took over and I canceled it halfway through. If a cop had seen me do that, that definitely was something I could have been pulled over for, because we were in the soft left turn and it got us into the hard left turn before it slammed on the brakes.
Exactly.
And it got confused. So I would have been in some real trouble right there. I'm glad no cops were watching. This so far has been honestly more on the stressful side. Okay, so it's going through and it doesn't want to stop. And that's a walkway, so I just canceled it again. That guy gave us a dirty look. So maybe it's because it's faded here. That's another issue too, is there are a lot of spots in Vegas where faded lines are gonna be an issue.
Yeah. You'd think they would be able to pick up the crosswalks.
Usually it can, but it's not showing it on the screen right here.
What do you think the evolution of like the cities and like counties and states and everything, like kind of getting on board to having the right markings on the road to protect, you know, people from full self-driving vehicles?
It's a great question. Eventually, yeah, state governments are going to have to get on board with making the roads better. Because roads will have to be great for there to be, you know, a limited amount of issues with it being developed.
Yeah.
Because, yes, spots like that, like my car did not see the crosswalk.
I think it would have drove. I don't know where. I don't even see the line for the red stoplight. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, this is all really faded too. Like you can't even see that that's white paint.
But usually, like when I drive my Tesla around on like just like a straight street and so forth, and self-driving mode, it stops almost every red light. But I'm not sure if it knew where it was in that scenario.
Yeah, it might have been too faded.
Yeah, because usually like on the main roads like Tropicana or Flamingo, like I drive it all the time autopilot.
Sure.
But like not in full self-driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually it's spot on. It's always like kind of like slowing down.
Yeah.
But that time it felt like it's kind of unknown. It's kind of like playing a video game. In the beta.
I would agree. It does feel a little bit like a video game. Oh, he's dropping something off, I guess. See, my car is wanting to go around him now. It keeps putting the
it wants to.
The course to go around. Yeah. I mean, there's no way for it to do it right now. Also, we have to make a right turn here in a sec.
Yeah, see if it takes this lane or not.
Looks like it wants to. I think it's being careful just in case.
Yeah, it's being super careful.
I'm gonna step on the accelerator a little bit and nudge it forward and see if it wants to go around, which it looks like it does. Yeah, So that's another part of full self-driving beta, is if it ever hesitates, you can step on the accelerator and then it'll resume the path that it was thinking it could do.
So basically just giving the go-ahead. It's like, I think we can make it.
Yeah, like you can do it.
This is the same thing when you go to a stoplight, you know, and it's like the lights up there and it's green. A lot of times right now on autopilot, it always has hesitance. It kind of pauses, and then you press the pedal and, okay, just go to the light. We're good.
Yep. So it didn't slow down just now right there.
It's almost like there's a wreck.
I know.
There's not.
Is that an accident? No.
No, it's just Vegas traffic.
Yeah, and pedestrians too.
This is like an overload to the full self-driving beta.
I know. It's so much right now. There's so much to process.
This is why I wanted to do Las Vegas Boulevard.
This was perfect.
I was like, I really want to see how it handles all the crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a great test.
Yeah.
Well, we got a green light.
Got a green light, but we have a semi in the way.
I know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Now we're getting honked at. If it doesn't go after these pedestrians, then I will kill it. Alright, we're gonna go even through yellow. Okay, a little jerky. That was very jerky.
Yeah.
It made it. And then it's lane changing to the right.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna give that like a 2 out of 5. It made it. I don't think we would have been pulled over for that, but it was really jerky and made me uncomfortable. It feels like it accelerates a lot more assertively now too.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched some of your previous videos, and you know, I saw your sister talk about the acceleration and how it kind of takes over.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, I was kind of curious on what that would feel like, and I think it feels on point to what she was describing.
Sure.
So I was kind of excited to see that, and like I saw that right at the beginning when we were at Aria, and how fast it kind of
Yeah,
took the lane over, and
it was
kinda,
confident.
Yeah, it was definitely. First glance, it was very confident.
Yeah.
And then we all slowed down.
Yeah. Yeah, then it
got
then
really
it
defensive after
yeah.
that.
Yeah, after that it was like, eh. Okay.
Storm us up to Aria.
All right, and it's gonna lane change and go
That
around
was a
that
good
guy.
lane change.
That was a great lane change.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the drive right there.
Yeah. That was smooth too.
Yeah, that wasn't jerky at all, like the one before. I gotta be honest, that was the worst drive that I've had on YouTube so far. I can't believe how many times that it screwed up. It probably drove accurately about 20% of the time just now. Besides normal autopilot stuff, like just staying in the lane, every decision it made, I really didn't trust it the majority of that drive. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the first big long left turn was, questionable. Of course.
Was,
I mean, it stopped.
awful.
It basically stopped right in the middle of the intersection.
It did. If a cop saw that, for sure we would have been pulled over.
Yeah, it would have been definitely like, okay, this driver's not doing well.
Yeah, he would have been like, bro, did you start drinking at 10 a.m.? Like, what's your deal? That was bad.
Yeah, beautiful to drive on the strip and everything like that, but there's just so many people walking and stopping, and it's just, even as a normal driver, it's a pain.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's why I was really kind of excited to kind of throw the Tesla full self-driving at it.
That was a great spot to test it. It definitely went through a few difficult spots of unclear lanes, lots of traffic, plenty of busy streets and pedestrians, and just unusual situations like the private stretch that we went out at first, and then driving into the valet. Like, those are not normal looking streets, kind of like how a roundabout is not a typical driving spot for a car to test. So that was a great test for it, and it royally failed in my opinion.
I'm sure the full self-driving does much better like on cleaner roads or more organized, like
Yep.
where it's just where it's more normal lifestyle.
Yep.
I personally chose Las Vegas Boulevard because I wanted to see how well it did in
Sure.
with all the crazy.
I know.
What I really am interested about is like when the cities and like when do the states like start getting involved and
Yeah.
putting the proper markings down the street to properly address crosswalks.
Yep.
There's a red light with a pedestrian crosswalk all at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and the car didn't really know how to do it. And it was kind of moving forward by itself.
Yep.
When the pedestrians were like, "Hey, we're gonna walk across. You're at a red light,"
Yep.
and it was like it didn't know.
I think that the more it's able to interpret confusing moments and handle it safely, the closer we're going to get towards FSD beta being ready for wide release. I personally believe we're at least 2 or 3 years away before that happens. But I like what your point was about if the government can get behind getting the roads cleaner and looking more clear. If there was to be some sort of meeting with Elon and maybe all the other companies out there like Waymo, where they're trying to develop autonomous driving, and they were able to lobby the government successfully to say, hey, please make the roads clearer. Go paint some lines,
Yeah.
go fix some muddy spots, and just get them usable for autonomous cars.
Yeah, I imagine the safety is going to go way up when this all gets figured out. And like I've already used autopilot, and I already see the safety in just autopilot.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I think it's just kind of inevitable that there's something that's going to happen. It just when is that day going to come?
It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, cool, man. Thanks a bunch for coming on this drive.
No, thanks for
I'm
having
glad
me.
you got to see it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was maybe a little scarier than you thought you were bargaining for.
No, I can't. I mean, experiencing this with you is fun, and I can't wait to get my Model X and get my score up.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited for you to get it in your X.
Yeah.
We might have to make a part 2 of this.
Definitely.
Well, go check out John. I'm going to put a link to his socials down in the description below, and check out my video up here of me doing my drive with my mom, who I will eventually get for a part 2 whenever she decides to trust self-driving again, which she does not. And drop a comment below. How would you rate that drive on a scale from 1 to 10? Do you think it deserves a passing grade like I do? How long do you think it's going to be until full self-driving beta is going to be ready for other people to be trying out? Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.